And once we take a quarter note breath, we exhale again. Now, when you breathe in, you're going to get taller. As you breathe out, can you make sure you stay tall? Don't do this. And collapse down. As you exhale, think about getting taller. Percussion, you can breathe too. Here we go. Deep breath in. Stay tall and keep the air moving. Keep the air moving, keep the air moving, keep the air moving, and let it all out. Good. That's the idea. Everybody sing a B flat with me. B flat, B flat. Ready, sing. Good. Will you breathe together? And will you use steady air as you sing? Sit tall. Deep breath in. Ready. Good. Let it out once again. Sit tall. Breathe together. Ready. Good. Let's go up the scale. I feel lucky. 2. Breathe together. In. Breathe when you need to. Back down. There you go. Stay tall. Stay tall. Keep the air moving. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Let it all out. Good. Let's do that on the exit. Stay tall. Take a deep breath in, and as you play, stay tall. Here we go. B flat, I half note. Ready? What instrument came in first? Trumpet, right? What instrument should come in first? Everybody at the same time. Here we go. 2, breathe, and play. We talked about air. Airstream, steady, consistent air. It's not necessarily more air, although a lot of times more air helps, but it's about steady air. It's about keeping the air speed at the same, okay? And in order to move air through your horn, you have to sit tall and take a good breath. The other 2 things are your embouchure. You want to make sure your embouchure is stable and relaxed. So if you're biting down, if you don't have your jaw relaxed, if there's a lot of tension, that's going to keep you from having a good sound, because it's going to keep the air from moving through your instrument, okay? Then the other thing is your tongue. You want to make sure you don't tongue too hard, because if you do, you'll get da, da, da. And what does the tongue cause the air to go? It causes the air to go faster. The tongue causes the air to go faster. And if you do that at the beginning of the note, then the air after you tongue will go slower, so it will not be steady and consistent. So you need to use the tongue to start the air a lot of times, and obviously you need to use the tongue, there's certain kinds of music, but beware of over-tonguing, because that will cause the air to be uneven. And as I've already established, even air, steady air, consistent air is the most important thing. Let's do it one last time. See if I make you see how it happens. So we're going to think about sitting tall, taking a great breath. We're going to think about even, steady, consistent air through a relaxed embouchure and with just enough tongue to start the air and not too much. Here we go. Everybody sit tall. 1, 2, breathe together, in. As opposed to ta when you're playing normal scales like that. Good, you sound wonderful. Let me just say hello. My name is Travis Cross. I'm the director of bands here at UCLA. I've been here for 13 years. Before that, I taught at Virginia Tech in Blacksburg, Virginia for 5 years. Before that, I was in graduate school at Northwestern University of Chicago. Before that, I was in high school band in Minnesota. went to college in Minnesota, and I grew up in Iowa, so that's my life story. Mr. Garcia sat in my band right here, the UCLA Wind Ensemble. He played bass trombone in this group, in this room. The group that you saw rehearsing, he was a member of that when he was in college. So we're thrilled to have you here to sort of welcome you home in a way to one of your musical homes, the home of one of your musical ancestors, one of your teachers. We don't have a ton of time, so I won't tell you a whole lot about UCLA, but you may know that UCLA is the largest student population of any university in California. It has more students than any other school, and that's also interesting because out of all the UCs, so either the Cal State schools, Cal State Long Beach, Cal State Fullerton, San Jose State, Cal State East Bay, they're the Cal State schools, but out of all the UCs, UC Berkeley, UC Davis, UCLA, so we have the smallest campus. We have the smallest physical campus and the most students, which means our campus is also sort of the tallest. If you were like going toward the student center, you saw all the dorms in the hill, all those high rises, that's where all the students live on campus. And it just, then the reason our campus is small is one, because we don't have a football stadium. That takes up a lot of acreage. And the other reason is because of where we're located. We are sandwiched in between the most expensive real estate in the country, really. If you cross the north side of campus, cross Sunset Boulevard, you're in Bel Air, where there are like $300, $400 million mansions. If you go if you go west from campus, you're in Brentwood. I think Tom Brady has a house in Brentwood. Kamala Harris's house is in Brentwood. O.J. Simpson very famously lived in Brentwood. Who else? LeBron has a house over there. So lots of very fancy houses in Brentwood. If you go to the east, you're in a place called Holmby Hills, which I mean the Playboy Mansion is about a 10-minute walk from here. The Aaron Spelling Mansion, that at one point was the largest house in the United States, it's like 5 houses away from the Playboy Mansion. John Williams, the film composer, lives in a very modest house that's about 5 to 10 minute walk from our campus, and then past that is Beverly Hills. So it's just like we can't expand because all the land is too expensive. So that's the reason we're small. The two final things about UCLA is it has been ranked for most of the last 10 years as the #1 public university in America. For years before that, we used to trade places with UC Berkeley. And this last year, UC Berkeley passed us for the first time in about 10 years, but we'll get it next year. But it's one of the top 20 ranked universities in the country and #1 or 2 among the publics. And in 2028, when we host the Olympics in Los Angeles, UCLA will be the athletes' village. So all those dorms that you saw up on the hills where all the athletes will be living during the Olympics in 2028, which is also where they lived in 1984. And none of you are old enough to remember Mary Lou Retton, but gymnastics in 1984 happened in Poly Pavilion, which is on our campus. So when you see the Olympics on TV in 2 years, well, you'll remember that you were on that campus, and if you see any features from the Athletes Village, you might recognize part of the campus. But the signage on our campus is notoriously bad. And I heard someone say that one reason for that is that they use it for filming so much, that if the signage was too obvious, it would cost too much money to cover it up and take it down. They filmed part of Oppenheimer in Kirkhoff Hall, which is right next to the Union. It's one that looks like an old church, right next to the Akron Union. That was Harvard Law in Legally Blonde. If you ever saw that movie when Elle Woods and her friends were sitting out on the lawn in front of your parents are the age to know that movie. So and the joke is that UCLA has played Harvard in the movies more often than Harvard has. But it's a pretty common location for filming. There have been some K-pop videos that have been filmed here, which is always super fun. And so hope you enjoy your time here and hope you come back. I hope you come back when you're older. I know several of you will end up going to college here, and we will be thrilled to have you. We hope that you play in band when that happens. So thanks for being here. I hope you have a great time at Disneyland. It's been so long since I haven't even seen the Star Wars stuff here. I've seen it in Florida, but not in LA. And I've been to Hong Kong Disney twice and Tokyo Disney once since the last time I was at Disneyland in California. But I'm going to get back very soon. Not in time for Chinese New Year, sadly. They have Mickey in a hanbok, and I've still never seen it. But you're going to have a great time at the park. I hope you really enjoy it. I hope you get to see World of Color. I don't know if they're still doing Fantasmic. I heard they're not. But if you get a chance to see Fantasmic, it's amazing, and I know you're going to have a great time. So let's play, shall we? Will you go and take out Shackelford Banks? And let's just play a little bit and see how you sound, okay? We've got about a little more than a half hour, 45 minutes, and I'll just rehearse you like you're my band, and we'll see if we can do a little better. Here we go. There we go. Very good. Ready? Got the mark ready? Love it. Ready? And. Can we please start at 95? And can we hear anyone who has a rest in 95? If you don't play in 95, but you do play in 96, will you please play? If you don't play in 95, but you do play in 96. Here we go. I'm going to conduct 95. Here's 95. 1, 2, breathe. And 1, 2, breathe. Can you make sure when you play the eighth note in 96 it's not too short? D, da, D, D, da, D, as opposed to D, da, D. We don't want to stop too soon. Yes, question?
So we're starting at 95, right?
Yes, we're starting at 95, and you can play at 96. Yeah, play that eighth note. Here we go, once again. So make sure the eighth note isn't too short. Here's 95, those people. 1, 2, breathe. And 1, 2, breathe. That's it. Now, can you look at the person next to you and go and hold your instrument up and look out of the corner of your eye and watch them breathe. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, and everybody breathe on 4. D, da, da. So make sure you breathe what? Together. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. Yeah, right. So when you breathe together, it's exactly on time, and the note speaks right off the bat. That was really good. Can we hear everybody else now? And here's everybody in 95. Everybody in 95. Here we go. Right on the trumpets. 2, breathe. Once again. Actually, let's do this. Flute, oboe, clarinets, alto saxes and horns, and mallets. Let's hear you in 95. You enter on beat 2, which means what are you going to do on beat 1? Breathe. And how? You're going to breathe it together and in time. So I'm going to give you 3, 4, 2, 3. So we're going to breathe together. Here we go. 3, 4. And what do you think you should do to the eighth note? Play it longer, just like they did. Make sure it's not too short. Once again. 3, 4. Yeah, I think I took a bigger breath than all of you combined. And I might be more worthy of it. I might deserve breath more than you, but you can take it. It's still free. Here we go. 3, 4. Did you hear how much better it sounded when they took a full breath? It was deeper, it was richer. Is everybody okay? Are you in pain? Did you experience physical or emotional pain as a result of taking a better breath? Is anyone poorer? Is anyone uglier? Is anyone? There is no downside. There is no cost to taking a better breath. The only downside is that you sound better, and you have to sound that good the next time too. One more time. Here we go. 3, 4. Good. And trumpets, will you play ta-ta? Here's your entrance trumpets in 95. 2, ready, and. Outstanding. Play it, sustain the first note. Da, play it. Da, sorry. Now put it all together like it's a whole note. Breathe, and. Don't be early, breathe. And don't tongue too hard. Breathe, and. Da, da, to breathe. That's it. Here's everybody in 95, right on it. Right on 95. 1, 2, 3. Will you make sure you don't breathe between beat 4 of 99 and 1 of 100? Da 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 da. You can breathe between beats 3 and 4. Da 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 da. Make sure you don't breathe on the bar line. Okay? That was really good. Here's the reason I'm doing this. Trumpets, you got to be responsible for breathing together. Upper woodwinds, you got to be responsible for breathing together on beat 1. Low folks, you got to be responsible for breathing together on beat 4. I don't have enough arms to cue each of those entrances. But you can do it on your own. And then it'll all sound better. Here we go. Everybody right on 95. 95. 2, 3. And I'm going to say 1, 2, touch the top. And 1, 2. Again. 1, 2. So think of it as bouncing off of B2 again, and 1, 2. There we go. Now, if you listen to 101, 102, and 103, what is their relation to each other? Can anyone say? Look at those 3 bars. Anyone know what the relationship of those 3 bars is to each other? Yes. It's the same thing. They're the same. It's the same rhythm, and I think it's the same harmony. I think it's just the same thing 3 times in a row. So because it's the same thing 3 times in a row, what do you think we should do? Make it different, right? Make something happen over the course of those notes. Yes?
103 has a bit different notes.
Say it one more time.
103, the notes are a little bit.
The ending is different, right? It goes up instead of down in the clarinets and the saxons, yes. So that's a reason to make the third one bigger. So what if we did da 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 dia da 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 dia da 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 dia da? What if we use those 3 times to get more exciting? To play 5% louder. And in order to play 5% louder, let's start 10% softer. Okay? Da 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 dia da 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 dia da 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 dia da da. So we have a little bit of shape there. Can we do it? Here's 95. Everybody, right on. Right on 95. 1, 2, 3. You guys do it. That was awesome. Maybe you just don't do quite so much. Do about half as much crescendo, but that was awesome. And then the piece drives to the end, and I think it's a little more exciting that way. Can we look at one other section? This is there's a part with an 8th note groove. How about 75? Let me just make sure there's not a better place. The first time it happens, it might be a better place. Yeah, let's do 39. 39 to 47. Let's just give it a go. Can you play this all one dynamic softer than we just played? Because this is earlier in the piece, it's not as loud. Here we go. 39, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Flute, oboe, clarinets, and percussion at 39. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. So the one thing that's different is beats 3 and 4 of the 4th bar. So can you voice those out a little bit? Can you play those 2 beats 10% louder than everything else before it? And because you're doing the same thing over and over again, can you play the rest of it softer? Da 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 da. It's like saying bacon, 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 bacon. Like we get it. We already know what you're saying. You don't have to keep saying it loud. Bacon, 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 bacon. Like I can still crave it, but I don't have to do this loud. Here we are. Same people, same place. 1, 2, relax, and. Each note is articulated the same, they're all staccato, but I think sometimes as musicians we have to sort of read between the lines, we have to figure out what it really means. Instead of playing da 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 da, where every note is the same and it is boring, will you lean on the downbeat a little bit, ta ta, and then play the second note softer, ta 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 ti ta. Everybody say ta ta. Say ti ta. Ti-ta. And let's do ti-ta, ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta. Ti-ta, ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta, ta-ti-ta. Can you play it like that? So it's not going to be like dee-da. It's not a huge difference, but just a little bit of emphasis. Here we go. Once again. 1, 2, 3. da 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 da. It's like dee da da dee da da dee da. It has a really nice shape to it. Now, here's the melody, which is bassoon, bass clarinet. Let's hear tenor sax, bari sax, trombone, baritone, tuba. No trumpets yet, and no alto saxes. Here's those people 39. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. What do you think? Is that too loud or too soft? It's too loud, right? And same thing, you've made your points, so you don't have to keep being loud. So just take that all down about one dynamic. And will you all repeat it with me? Da, do, da. Da, do, da. Go. Again, and. Again. And then when you have the quarter note, da, do, da. Da, da, do, da. Da, do, da. Da, da, do, da. Say it, 2, ready, go. Da, do, da. Da, da, do, da. 3. Da, do, da. Da, da, do, da. What that will do is make the staccato note a little bit softer. And that will make the accent seem louder. Okay? There are two ways to play bigger accent. One is to play that note louder. But if we're already loud, that's not going to help anyone. The best way to make that note sound louder is to play the note before it softer. Here we go. Let's hear it. Those people at measure 39. 1, 2, 3. Bari saxes, you are a little bit too loud and a little bit too slow. Can you play slightly on the front end of the beat, like you're trying to push everybody else along, but do it with a softer tone? Here we go. Once again. 1, 2, 3. That's really good. And now, trumpets and alto saxes, you play the same rhythm. You just have a slightly more interesting melody on top. Here's everybody at 39. Everybody at 39. Here we go. I'm sorry, and I think we're going to go on. And is 47 louder or softer than 39? Softer, right? Is it slower? No, but it is softer. So think a little bit slower air, and think gentler tongue. Here we go. Everybody 39. 1, 2, 3. You've got 2 quarters and a half. The melody is playing along with. So your part there is really interesting. Will you listen for that? Ya da 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 da, ya da 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 da. You play against the melody, so that's bring out that part because it's interesting. One thing I forgot to say was flute, clarinet, oboe. In the 5th bar of 39, you change, right? You change to 1 da da da, dia dia, 1 da da da, dia da da. Can you play that out a little bit more? Because now you're no longer playing just to play on rhythm. Now you're playing kind of an interesting fanfare. And listen to that articulation. 1 da 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 da. That staccato 8th note can almost be nothing. 1 da 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 dia. Da 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 da. I love slur 2 staccato accent. Everybody say tia ta ta. Go. Tia ta ta. Now say tia tu ta. Go. Tia tu ta. Now do it with some attitude. Tia tu ta. And. Tia tu ta. There you go. When you get to that, when you play that with some characters, da 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 tia tu ta. The way that you make the accent on the end to come out is to play the staccato before it really stops. Let's hear those people. Flute, oboe, if we have it. Clarinets in measure 43. Here we go. You play on beat 2, so you're going to breathe on beat 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, breathe. consonants. Ready, and. Listen, tia-tu-ta, go. I'll sing it, you play it. Tia-tu-ta, breathe. You hear how the third note isn't quite short enough? Tia-tu-ta, ready, go. I just play the third note as a two. Ready, and. Again, ready, and. Shorter, ready, and. Little burst of air, ready, and. That's it. Tia-tu-ta, ready, go. There we go, we're getting there. So if you can play with that kind of style, I am a big fan of articulation. I think that articulation makes the music have character and come out and be interesting. Let's go, because we should move on to the other piece in the time we have. Let's go right at 39. Right at 39. When in doubt, play softer. If you're playing the same thing that you just played in the last bar, play softer. If you're playing something new and different, play 10% stronger. Got it? Here we go. Measure 39. Good work, everybody. 1, 2, 3. Finding when you're the part that needs to come out versus when you're the part that can be a little bit soft. And that's I think, the great, the thing that's most interesting about playing as an ensemble is understanding when you're the foreground and when you're the background. It's also, I think one of the reasons being in band is so helpful to you in life is you have to be aware of everything that's happening around you. You have to pay attention, and you have to be asking, am I the person who should be louder, or am I the person who should be softer? So in addition to pressing all the buttons and moving your fingers and moving your lips and your air, your ears are always asking questions and listening and trying to figure things out. It's the reason why I've been doing this for well longer than you've been alive, and it's still interesting. Because there's always something new to hear. There's always something new to try to figure out. Articulation is your friend, and oftentimes the best way to bring out an accent is to play the note before it's softer. And anytime you've got slurs followed by tongue notes, tia-ta-ta, tia-ta-ta. Just figuring out how you would say it, how you would sing it, will help you play it in better style. Okay, let's do the Del Borgo at the beginning and see how it goes. Ancient air and dance. ready, percussion? They will be momentarily. D-da. 1, D-da. 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 1. Let's hear that, clarinets. Rather than bar 3. Clarinets. 3, 4. Oh, we can play better together, can't we? Ready? And. 3, 4, 1. If I go fast or slow, you usually go. We're about the same. A little faster. I'll go a little slower. Here we go. 3 and 4. 3, 4 and 1. 3, 4, 1. Just move your fingers. Go, da, da. Just click your fingers. Here you go. Ready, and 1 and 2, 3, 4 and 1, 2. Fingers moving in time here. 3, 4 and 1. Click, 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 click. Okay, let's play it one more time. Can you move your fingers as precisely as possible? Perhaps I say this all the time. When you play staccato notes, you need to use legato air. If you're going ta 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 ta, your air can't be. Your air's got to be, and then your tongue goes. But the air is always legato. Woodwinds, your fingers are always staccato. Even when you're playing beautiful legato, especially when you're playing beautiful legato, your fingers have to be loud, and that'll help. Here we go, clarinets, right on your instruments. 3 and 4. That's it. And press. Bravo. And 1 and. That's the idea. That's the idea. So we had a few people miss the E flat, right? So make sure when you get to that note, think all the fingers down at the time. And then you'll be in business. How are we doing, percussion? Let's start very beginning. Thank you. Great tones in tuba and baritone at the beginning. Here we go. Deep breath. Ready? And. Once you establish that, you can play softer. And who comes in that's interesting in 14? All of the high brass, all the brass strings. So listen for them, so you don't cover them up. And brass, can you try to listen for the pulse and the flute? So it's like ti-ya-ta, ti-ya-ta, ti-ya-ti-ya-ta. All the subdivisions right there for you to listen to. Let's go 2 before 14. 2 before 14. Here we go. 2 and 3 and play. connect those two note groups a little bit more, so it isn't quite so heavily tongue. There are no accents there. The notes are weird enough that you don't have to add accent to add tension. Good, let's go everybody to 22. 22. There we go. 22. 3 and 4. Da. Again, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, ding-a-da, 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 da. If you're a trumpet or a saxophone, that's what you have, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, dia-da, 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 da. Tia-ta, 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 ta. But if you're a flute or a clarinet, or you have da, 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 dee, 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 da. And if you listen to dia-da, 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 da, dee, 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 da, you dotted quarter note is the same as each of their 3 eighth notes. And trombones and low trumpets and horns, you just have da, 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 da. You have the same rhythm, yours just isn't as long. So everybody in measure 39 got to listen to da 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 da. Flutes and trumpets and trombones, will you clap your rhythms at 39? Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 1, ready, go. Da 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 da. That's it again. Everybody say da 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 da. 1, 2, ready, go. Da 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 da. And now say it and clap. 1, 2, ready, go. Da 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 da. Got it? So 8th note people, alto saxes, trumpets play out a little bit on dia da dia da dia da da. And everybody else in those long notes, listen back to them. Here is the tempo change. Measure 30. 3, 0. Oh. We need more time. Here we go. 30. 1, 2, 3. bars, you can get a little bit softer, but for those first 2 bars, you are more important than anyone else, okay? So play out and establish yourselves. Good, good, good. Let's pick it up right at the double bar, 65. 65. Good job, percussion, 6-5. 1, 2, 3. But there's also like 20 of you playing the same thing. So when you're all playing the same thing, you can play a little bit softer. Exactly. 1 D D D D. Breathe. D D D D. Now 89, 90, 91 is tough. But everybody say tia ta ta. Tia ta ta 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 ta. That's what's happening. So if you play with great articulation, tia ta ta tia ta ta tia ta ta tia ta ta, it's going to sound really, really good. Long note people, once you hit your long note, you can get softer. So we can hear the people have tia ta ta tia ta ta ta. Let's start at 81. 81. We're almost out of time, but I want to get to the end of the piece. 81. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Which notes are accented and which notes are not? Here we go. Coda. 1, breathe, and. Everybody, nobody gets to breathe between 119 and 120. It totally breaks the line. Make sure you get from the 4/4 bar into the next 3/4 bar. Good across that brother. Here we go once again at the coda. Coda to the end. So 1, breathe, and. Last 5 notes, last 5 beats. 1, 2, breathe. Remember to think you're too loud or too soft. Too loud. Once again, do it with more air, less of the tongue. 1, 2, breathe. What do you think? Should it get loud, softer or louder? Louder. In order to get louder, it needs to start softer. Dee da, dee da, da. Here we go. 1, 2, breathe. Yeah, the trumpets are getting too long. Da da da, dee da, dee da, da. Goes again. 2, breathe. 1, coda again. Coda to the end. Here we go. Coda to the end. 1, breathe, and. That's the idea. That's the idea. You guys sound great. You're doing really good work. I know Mr. Garcia is proud of you, and I'm proud of him. So thank you so much for coming to UCLA. You're going to have a great time visiting. Let me just ask you real quick. Sorry, because there's just so much happening in our building right now. There's a symphony orchestra concert tonight. They're going to come in here and have pizza. So if I can ask you all, you get your music in your folders, and to turn your music stand down so the desk is up to the top and push it all the way down. That will help us. And listen, I don't want to cut this off too soon, but I'm so glad you came to UCLA. I'm so glad you're making music. I'm so glad you're playing in band, and you're working very hard. Almost everything I talked about in the hours we spent together was about air. Was about keeping steady air, not using too much air or too much talk, and listening to each other. Am I the important voice? Am I a background voice? Can I play softer? Is there someone else I should be listening for? And like I said a few minutes ago, I think what makes band so great is it's a listening sport. It's all about listening to what other people are doing and finding ways to work with other people and compromise and play together. And it's not about me, it's about us. And I hope that that's something you take with you throughout your entire lives, regardless of how long you continue to do. So thank you for your good work. Are there any announcements from teachers that everybody needs to hear? Do you have anything?
Sorry, I don't have voice. Let me do it.
So, Fallon students, can we say thank you to Dr. Crossley? Thank you for his time.